Because, like, yeah, all the way over, I still don't really fit. That's what she said.
Yeah, it's WAN Show time, and we managed to get a "That's What She Said"
Before the proper intro.
Before the intro.
Right at the start.
We are fast.
Done.
Like that. You're just you're thinking, oh, it's about to start, and it's over.
Yep. Yep. Just, you know.
Okay, we've got a great show for you guys today.
World record speed.
First, we get to admit that we were not only slightly wrong, but also slightly ignorant and a little bit dumb. So that'll be coming later.
Okay. Which I wasn't able to research at all. Because I can't look at this.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Don't worry, I got this.
Thanks, bro.
HTC's Keyboard is showing ads to users of their phones.
Apparently it might not really be their fault, but it's because of something, whatever, we'll get into it later.
So that's brilliant. This just in, an ASUS Threadripper motherboard. There are now unboxing pictures.
It looks awesome.
I've held it.
Oh,
it feels awesome.
I'm sure it does.
And the ROG Crosshair 6 Extreme has been announced. Dun dun dun. So yeah, I guess.
Roll the intro.
Roll the intro. Dang it! I don't have Twitch open yet.
Nerd. Neither do I. Damn it.
I believe that is pretty much the definition of wrecked, son.
I got it.
Hold on, I'm sure we had sponsors, but I have to post that the WAN Show is live on social media. That's what I usually do. Well,
thank you to Savage Jerky!
Freshbooks! Mack Weldon! Don't forget tech tips! Jingles are a lost art.
We should make another album.
Oh.
Okay, I've wanted to do a non-Christmas themed album for a while.
I know, but didn't we learn our lesson last time?
No, it did really well.
Okay, well, there are different ways to learn your lesson. Okay, so for those of you not familiar, it was over a year and a half ago.
A long time ago.
Over a year and a half ago, we had the harebrained idea. I don't remember whose idea it was. Was it you? Was it me?
I think it was you.
Was it me? I'm not taking full credit for it.
I'll take partial credit for it.
Other people were complicit in this, okay?
I was more than complicit.
Yeah, this was a thing that we as a team
I don't think it was my idea, but I definitely championed. Yeah.
Okay, so we created a Christmas album. We took a bunch of classic Christmas songs and we rewrote the lyrics with technology as sort of a theme. And it was awful.
Yeah.
Like, the lyrics were actually not as bad as you might expect, because I took what some other people wrote and made very few alterations because they were quite good, or completely redid because they were done by Colton.
Yeah, yeah. John and I sat down like together outside of work hours and wrote a few songs that were like pretty solid.
Yeah. I believe Nick Lights were pretty good.
Nick did a few.
Yeah. Colton's were terrible.
They were really bad.
I was like, do you even English, bro?
They were a little rough.
So I redid those ones. But anyway, and then without any rehearsals...
Nacho Mist, which, like, that's a reputable name right there, says that it was actually fantastic.
Okay, thanks, Nacho Mist.
And we actually sold quite a few of them.
So I was getting to that part. Are you checking?
Which I'm going to
You're checking, aren't you?
Which might mean that we're going to sell none of them next time because people have now seen what we can do.
Yeah. So anyway, so we did, I think it was like 9 or 10 songs, something like that. So we, without any rehearsals and without any screening, so no matter who they were, if they were on staff at Linus Media Group, they had to sing for the Christmas album. And we sold, how many of them did we sell?
We sold 924. For a grand total of $2,772.
So we not even close to made back the time we spent on it.
Nope.
Not even
there's
close.
Also ad revenue.
Which I can look up for you right now.
Oh, I don't know if we can say it.
Sure, yeah, let's. I don't think anyone's gonna care.
Okay.
You know what? We may have actually turned off...
monetization.
We may have turned off monetization because we wanted as many people as possible to watch the video advertising it. So we released it as something that almost looked like a joke. No, we did. We monetized it. So we released this video that almost looked like a joke. And
then we're way too serious about it.
And then you actually could buy it. This is real. This is not a joke at all. Look at Ed back there. Nick's like into it.
My favorite thing this whole time is looking at Colton's face. Because this, if you see like the behind the scenes, Linus has just been grilling Colton the whole time. So Colton's just sitting on the couch. I don't even think he's singing like half the time, just completely deadpan. It's great. Another interesting thing, the reason why I know that this sold fairly well is that I get emailed every single time someone buys it. Every time. So like every few months, it's not that common anymore because it's been so long, right? But someone will see this in the download section and just be like, what? And just buy it for fun?
So we brought in another $400.
Heck
from
yeah.
the 275,000 views on that video.
So that's over $3,000, man.
So that makes you want to do another one.
Well, that was back in 2015. We probably get more views now.
Okay, so tell you what.
We've matured as a professional.
Oh, shut up! I'm going full on bean spiller here. We are not doing another album like in that form. You don't want to spill it? I'm not going to tell you.
No, I want to make another album.
No, we're not doing another album.
All right.
But there will be sometime in, I'm not going to promise a time frame other than like in the next few months because it's a fairly large project and we want to do it right. There will be a tech-themed, like fairly high production value music video coming from Linus Tech Tips in that time frame.
Which, if it does well enough, might end up being able to go into an album.
If we do enough of them. Okay, have you heard the song?
No.
There's a song.
It's recorded already?
The actual melody
okay. No, I haven't heard it
exists
yet.
already.
I haven't heard it.
With some placeholder lyrics, very placeholder, but like, it's pretty catchy.
I haven't heard it.
It's pretty catchy.
Is this?
You bet.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so it's this is something that that we've been talking about actually for probably about 3 years.
Well before the Christmas album.
Well before we were in this office.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a thing that's happening. Other things that are happening. So the 16K gaming setup. I hope I'm not really spoiling anything, but I just came back from filming the final video for that. So that's coming very soon as well.
That's awesome.
And no, it is not a baby parody, as much as I would love to do that.
A baby parody?
Baby. Yeah, no, it's not that. All right. So I don't know what just happened there. I don't know.
Doc?
Wow, I don't know what this is, but actually where this conversation took place was on my personal Twitter. So the only way I'm going to be able to the only way up. So let's kick the show off with me kind of admitting that I may have made a bit of a mistake. So first of all, there was the news from Tech Power Up from last week. Intel says AMD EPYC processors glued together in official slide deck. And to be clear, that was far from the only thing wrong with this slide deck. We went kind of ham on Intel's slide deck being unprofessional, childish, undignified, you pretty much name it. And I'm not backpedaling on the bulk of that. But there's also a post on the forum here. This was posted by Johnny Corporal Tech, and AMD basically produced a couple slides going like, actually, okay, we have some partners. Their partner list isn't as long, but at least it doesn't have any duplicate entries on it, so we gotta give them credit for that.
The partners that they do list are a pretty big deal.
Yep. But there was something that I did kind of screw up because I was not familiar with this particular technical term. So Dr. Cuttress from AnonTech made a point. I can't believe he watches the WAN Show.
I don't know why he would. I like that. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Ian. Hi. Made a point of messaging me via DM. FYI. He's so polite.
Was it? Okay.
He's so British.
Is it accurate, though?
If Ian says so, I'm kind of going
Did he say it's accurate?
So here's what he said.
It being a term is different than it being accurate.
Here's what he said word for word. FYI, glued together is a technical term.
Okay.
Infinity fabric is a glue logic fabric.
Okay.
And a common semiconductor microarchitecture term. And he linked me to a Wikipedia article because while he is a very polite person, he's British. That doesn't mean he can't get a little snarky. He's British. You'll see it in a lot of semiconductor research papers to deal with data movement around silicon or between chips. Examples include PCI Express, NVLink, etc. In case you were unaware.
I feel like it was,
and thanks for the shout out.
I feel like it was being used.
I feel like the way they were using it in the context of all the other slides was still pretty B mode.
Yeah. And it can be a technical term, and that actually makes sense that it's I'm not surprised at all. I thought it was incorrect because I thought their form of link wasn't applicable to that.
Yeah.
But I think it's still BS.
But there you go. So I'm backpedaling on the outrage over saying that Epic is glued together. You heard it here first, but I'm not backpedaling over the rest of the nonsense that was in that slide deck.
I'm still a little bit for the outrage on that comment. It was structured in a very angry, aggressive way. I don't know.
All right. Speaking of outrage, HTC's Keyboard is showing ads to its users. I mean, okay, here we go. HTC is working on a fix, is the update. I love it when they use the term fix to describe something that wasn't broken.
Okay, to be fair, for this situation, TouchPal is the keyboard, and HTC uses TouchPal keyboard. So what HTC thinks is, or what people think is going on here, is that TouchPal ran an update that started serving ads through the keyboard, and HTC was like, whoa, what the heck? And is now trying to stop this from happening. So I don't think it was like HTC actively doing anything. I just think it was HTC losing control of something that they use.
Here's what I don't understand. Why are they using TouchPal keyboard?
I don't know. That part has continued to be confusing for me. SwiftKey's free?
Yep. Well, SwiftKey might be free in the context of an end user downloading it, but SwiftKey might not be free to a skin maker wanting to.
Right.
But Google Keyboard
is fine, and it's free.
Like, it's not my favorite. I don't use it. I don't like it. But I don't not like it any more than any other piece of trash keyboard. Samsung's is
like TouchPal.
Terrible. I've never used TouchPal.
I'm not a fan of TouchPal personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're all pretty garbo. And the only reason I like SwiftKey is because there's a few little customizations that I make to it that make it very, very usable. So I shorten the long press so you can get at all your special characters without switching keyboards. Not all, but the vast majority of them, so it makes it faster to use. I don't flow type, so some people tell me that SwiftKey's flow is not very good. Don't care, don't flow.
I don't do that either.
And that's pretty much it. Actually, that's pretty much all I changed.
I'm at the point where using other keyboards feels weird.
But the prediction of SwiftKey is fantastic. Like, I can basically look away and kind of like mash at my keyboard, and it's gonna be like, "Did you mean?" I'm like, "Yeah." Pretty much.
If I'm on a
Which is
keyboard
creepy.
that I don't often use, I like can't type anymore.
I know.
Because
I know. We've all turned like helpless.
I like definitely run typos pretty much all the time, and SwiftKey's just like, I'll do all of this, everything will be fine.
Yep.
Another creepy thing in that same vein right now is Google's auto predictions for email. Have you seen that?
I've seen it on my mobile app.
I only get it on my phone. Yeah.
And then on here, send me an email.
It's gonna take a sec.
Yeah, well, no, maybe I can, hold on, maybe I got one here.
You probably
no, here, yeah, I got one. So on here, I get all kinds of stuff. So I can click reply, so I can use voice, or I can say, okay, yes, no, thumbs up, smiley,
Whoa.
sad heart, lol, thanks, got it done, nice, I don't know, what, why, what's up? Okay, give me a moment, on my way, sounds good, big happy face, very sad face, and a heart.
That's just too many options.
I know! By the time I scroll through all that, I could take my phone out.
In the actual app, there's just 3 usually. But like, I don't know. That I actually like it because it because it's so creepy that it's starting to get really good. Like it started. I was even talking to John about it. It has started suggesting responses that sound more like something that I would actually say.
Oh, mine hasn't really gotten any better. I don't use it.
Mine's gotten better.
Huh.
And I've rarely used it. I think it's just farming the data from my Gmail.
That's very interesting.
Like I got one that was like, okay, great, that's awesome. And I was like,
that's exactly what I was going to type.
Yeah.
So the next step is when it doesn't even bother asking you to press the button.
It just does it.
It's just like, boop.
You can delete it if you want, but it's already there.
Yeah.
Really pretty epic.
All right.
I don't know how we got here, but I think we're now on ASUS Threadripper Mobo unboxing.
Yeah. So this is from videocards.com. So honestly, there's not a whole lot to it. The only thing that was missing, so I've seen the board already. The only thing that was missing was the accessories, but now we're able to have a look at what is included. So there's some kind of PCI Express riser card. I'm going to guess that's like M.2 or something. What is the point of doing an unboxing like this and leaving all the stuff in the packaging? Did they really do that? Okay, so yeah, here's an M.2 riser doodad. 4-way SLI bridge? Why? I guess if this is like a just for benchmarking type of product, that
it's pretty high end, so
might make sense.
I wouldn't be super surprised.
We've got like a GPU support bracket, it looks like. We've got ginormo Wi-Fi antennas. So this is going to have like AD Wi-Fi, I think. Big page of stickers.
There's a PCIe Ethernet card.
This is what I don't get. You know? Why? And this is coming from someone who actually made his mark, like, and built his career on unboxing videos. Why did unboxing videos ever need to exist when you could just have this? I mean, yes, this is sort of a crap job they did of it, but like, if you could just have...
I think it's harder to do. Like, you can do a really, really crap job with a video unboxing, and it can still be better than this. You know what I'm saying?
But I can see everything
like I've watched
that's in
a lot
the box.
I've watched a lot. Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily matter. No,
I've
not
never
really.
gotten this,
Look how
you
much
know?
light glint is on these freaking packages.
Okay, I mean, this is a
this
bad
one
picture.
literally has the anti-static on it. You can't tell what it is. That's useless. This is literally useless. This is also useless. So is that. Is that a box of something? I can't tell. All these other things have light glint on it. I can't tell what the vast majority of these things
Okay,
are.
all right. Okay, but assuming this picture wasn't taken by, like...
But that's the point. If it's a video, it'll be moving. You'll probably be able to see better what it is.
So you'll be able to... Okay, so are you really making the argument, I think... Hold on. You're telling me that video is better because you could watch frame by frame and maybe see the, like, part where you can...
I have, for, like, really weird niche products, I have watched terrible, like, cell phone in the hand, one-hand unboxing videos of it to try to figure out what's actually going on, and, like, kind of scrubbed through it so that I could see better because it was that bad, and it has answered questions that I've been looking for. I've had it work for me.
Okay. All right. I'll let it slide on this one. Also announced is the Crosshair 6 Extreme. So they're finally going full high-end on AM4. So RGB lighting, blah blah blah, for more than a decade. It really does speak to the industry's confidence in Ryzen.
Yeah.
That we're finally seeing truly high-end boards, because I would have AMD fans complain that, like, all the good boards are for Intel.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, because other than like a handful of people who are completely blind to the products that exist, other than them, anybody else with, you know, $200+ to spend on a board is buying an Intel chip right now. Sorry. And the motherboard manufacturers, they don't just know this from like they have an ounce of sense and can read a benchmark chart. They know this from they are seeing actual real sales numbers.
Yeah.
As AMD's lineup gets more and more and more irrelevant.
At this point in time, if I was building a new system, I would be very heavily looking at AMD. Which isn't something that I've been able to say for a very long time.
And seeing this kind of variety in the products that are available, seeing someone like ASUS go, okay, sure, yeah. We've got the confidence to put the R&D behind what will probably be a $300 to $400 board, US, to put the R&D behind it because we know that we're going to get enough of even this kind of high-end product moved off the shelf that we're going to recoup that cost and maybe even make some money. To see that is really confidence-inspiring. I am just stoked. Yeah,
cool, man.
I don't really know what else to say about that. I don't necessarily have the same confidence in Vega. You're gonna have to wait for the video to see the full kind of rant. But Frontier Edition is like far more of a piece of garbage than other reviews necessarily indicated. So our review of it is basically like this is an early access game. Like
Ooh.
This is paying more for like access to the select DLC so that you can have the buggy gaming experience and then not even get the like expansion pack that you then have to go and buy anyway. That's when they actually fix it. Like, it's a bad product.
I'm really excited for that video.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those ones where like the vast majority of the people who watch it are going to be sensible people who can look at
the comment section in there is going to be horrible.
So there's going to be I'm talking thumbs up, thumbs down, okay?
Yeah.
So there's going to be the vast majority of like sensible people who can look at facts objectively and who can look at benchmarks objectively and who don't leave a comment because they just aren't that invested in it. And then there's going to be everybody else who engages with this video and is like, and that's exactly what those people sound like.
Like
Sorry.
even the other side of the pool, because you're talking about people that would dislike something because you dislike something that is from AMD. Even from the other side of the pool, we were just talking about how cool this stuff is. I guess they can't see it on screen, but on Linus's screen right now, this AMD stuff. And someone in the chat, in Twitch chat, I saw just scroll through, all caps, everything. AMD, no. No further information or context. Just, this is my opinion. I don't think that's cool because it's AMD.
I didn't ask.
Yeah.
But thanks, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. There's people on each side. There's Intel fanboys, there's AMD fanboys, there's NVIDIA fanboys, and everybody hates each other.
Yeah, everybody hates
now the
each
whole
other.
chat is just AMD no. Wow.
AMD no. All right,
thanks,
thank you everyone. That's wonderful.
I appreciate it.
All right, next in the news. So this was originally posted by Johnny Corporal Tech on the forum, and our original article here is from CBC.ca. The dark web's largest illegal marketplace, founded by a Canadian. Oops, I didn't know that. Shut down by the U.S. All right. So let's get into this one a little bit. So the U.S. Justice Department has officially shut down the dark web marketplace Alpha Bay, a site 10 times as large as Silk Road, accused of allowing hundreds of thousands of people to buy and sell drugs, firearms, computer hacking tools, and other illicit goods. Because remember, there's lots of illegal stuff besides, like, drugs and guns.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like a cell phone signal jammer would be the kind of thing that totally definitely exists. Super definitely is everywhere, but is illegal to own or operate in pretty much any developed nation, I would think. Yeah. Definitely Canada.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of thing that could end up on a site like this. The operation included the arrest of suspected Alphabet founder Alexander Kazes, a 25-year-old Canadian citizen arrested on behalf of the United States in Thailand. He apparently took his own life a week later while in Thai custody, and he faced charges relating to narcotics distribution, identity theft, money laundering, and related crimes.
Basically, he was screwed.
And he was sure that he was not getting out, I guess.
Yeah.
The usernames and passwords of thousands of buyers and sellers of illicit commodities have been identified and are subject to follow-up investigation by Europol and partner agencies.
It's just usernames and passwords.
You know what? Remember, this is the world where people give televangelists money to buy private jets. You know about this, right?
No?
Yeah, this has happened
more
than once, where they literally got up there and they're like, to spread the word of God, I need a private jet. So send me anything you can spare. Like, that's a thing. That's a real thing. They ride around in private jets that they literally said they were going to buy with donation money. Tax-free. So don't underestimate people's ability to use the same username and password that they use on frickin' Facebook for a dark web marketplace.
Where you buy, like, drugs.
Yes. Don't underestimate it.
Hopefully we get a follow-up article on this with, like, how many people got screwed.
I super duper hope so.
That would be entertaining.
I need to start the Church of Linus, okay? Twitch chats, like, need Church of Linus.
I need a lot of Threadripper.
I think I would be an
to spread the word of CPU.
I think I would be an excellent televangelist.
Probably.
I could have so much fun with that shtick.
Luckily, you're
would follow. Best church. Love it. Okay, we've got ourselves at least like 30 followers right now, which in some states is probably enough for tax-exempt status. So we are doing this.
Awesome.
Oh man. Other people want Church of Luke. I mean, you can have your own church. I'm
No,
cool.
we should make a I can be one of your things.
A denomination?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's actually like the Church of Tech.
Yes.
So you could be like Lucist.
Yes.
Or Linusolicism.
Yes.
Or
Perfect. Yeah, and then like we can pretend to like fight to make it more interesting, just like those guys that are really popular on YouTube right now that I can't remember the name of, where they like pretend little quarrels, but then behind the scenes we're like just finding ways to gather more money.
Apparently John Oliver's done it.
I've heard of this.
So there you go. Okay, all right. What hasn't John Oliver done?
And they like had to pull it down because it was like working too well and stuff. Yeah, but I think everyone knew it was a joke.
Okay, good.
But people just wanted to contribute
so
because
it was
they thought it was
ironically
funny.
working.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what was going on.
But I mean, that's still a pretty good scam.
Oh yeah.
It's like, ha ha, let's show all the idiots.
LOL, give me money.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
All right. No, the way we make money is much, much more above board than all of that, because we tell you right now, actually, I guess they are just saying, send me money so I can have a jet. Okay. So watch this ad spot so that I can buy
Definitely not a jet.
something. Not a jet, but
So you can hire more people.
yeah. Freshbooks.
My thing.
Freshbooks is sponsoring LTX.
Yay.
And Freshbooks is the way to keep track of your finances and bill your clients if you're a small business owner or a freelancer. They've got a super simple to use cloud-based interface that works on your computer or even on your mobile device, so you can take the full functionality of it with you everywhere you go. And if you have any questions, you can call their support staff, where you will speak to a real human. No phone tree, no escalation, no return calls, just answers. So head over to freshbooks.com/WAN to claim your free trial today. Enter WAN in How Did You Hear About Us section. Also, they are our title sponsor for LTX, which is going to be frickin' dope.
I saw the booth list, and I'm actually really stoked. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun.
We went from LTX being something that I was really not sure how hard I wanted to sell, because I wasn't sure how great it was going to be, to LTX being like flippin'
Gonna be awesome.
awesome.
I almost wish hosting a booth is gonna be super fun and a new experience for a convention for me. But like, as someone who really enjoys conventions and having the conventions that I go to be less and less about tech, seeing this is really exciting.
Well, it's VR, dude. You could just leave people in VR and like go away.
That's fair. I could probably do that. There's a case toss. There's a Corsair key swapping competition.
Yeah, and there's like leaderboards, prizes.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe how like some companies we reached out. We were like, "Hey, could we get some prizes?" And they were like, "Sure. Here's like boxes of like lanyards and cool crap." Some companies we reached out and we were like, "Hey, could we get some swag?" And they were like, boom, here's a Titan XP.
What?
Boom, here's multiple GTX 1070s.
What?
Boom, here's limited edition GeForce USB drives. Or, boom, here's literally, like, I think ASUS sent like 300 or 400 t-shirts.
What?
So there's gonna be like an ASUS t-shirt for like almost like every other person who's there. This thing is going to be swag central,
Wow.
giveaway central.
Well, okay, this is the thing. At like PAX and stuff, all the really cool giveaways used to be from the PC guys. It was rarely the gaming companies. They might give out a shirt.
Yep.
But the PC hardware groups, like MSI used to have sick giveaways.
Yep.
I remember that. NZXT used to have sick giveaways. NVIDIA used to like
NVIDIA
run
was
the
giving
giveaway
away
scene.
like shields like candy that one year.
They would go into BYOC. One of my favorite experiences that I ever had at a PAX was an NVIDIA giveaway in the BYOC section. I didn't get to participate in it because we weren't in BYOC yet. We were in like the free play area, but we could hear it because it was right beside it. The first thing they did was the first person to rip an AMD card out of their system and hand it to me gets a brand new top-of-the-line NVIDIA card. I don't remember what card it was. I think it was like a 580 or something. But any AMD card out of your system, you get a 580. The next one was like some weird competition. You got another 580.
And there's more, by the way, because not to be upstaged by NVIDIA, let me tell you, AMD is going to have some stuff there.
Yes.
Some stuff that I actually can't even talk about.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff that I can't even talk about might be getting given away.
Yeah.
So, like, this is going to be a thing. This is going to be crazy. We're going to have never-before-seen Linus Media Group videos that will never be seen, whether they were rejected by the brand or that we couldn't get music licensing figured out for them. There's going to be a channel, Super Fun, that will probably never see the light
video!
That might never otherwise see the light of day. There's going to be... let's see what else we got.
I don't know a lot of this stuff.
16K Gaming's gonna be there. The arcade machine's gonna be there.
Cool.
The oil PC's gonna be there. The one and only. And we're doing a silent auction for BC Children's Hospital, where I went around and I found a bunch of relics of Linus Tech Tips. So there's a refurb drive from the original Wanix server.
Oh, that's pretty
so
cool.
It's like that kind of stuff.
Like weird niche-y
and I was
cool
gonna
stuff.
have Colton and Steph check with you, but I actually wanted to see if you want to do the Fallout bomb. For sick kids.
I might end up just winning it.
You would just buy it?
It's even mine. Like, that's technically
That's why I told them they had to ask you about it.
We can do it.
You want to do it?
We can do it, yeah. I'll probably just end up
That'd be
winning
sick.
it.
I told them that they couldn't do the Scrapyard Wars PC.
That would probably hurt me a little bit.
I told them that was the limit, but they were like, they wanted like a build of some sort.
They can do the bomb.
So, okay. If not the bomb, then we'll have the Plastidip PC.
Okay.
So there'll be a build there that you'll be able to, and the bomb is just an empty case, by the way, but there'll be like a case that was featured
There's
online.
There's still all the wiring. So like you could, it has all the like front I/O that would be in a normal case, so you could build a system in there. Recreating the thermal setup that I had so that it wouldn't crash at like any load is going to be difficult. But
yeah.
that actually took like a long time.
So anyway, LTX is going to be sick, and it's next weekend, the 29th.
And if you somehow are like, I'm teched out right now, or I don't want to see video games or something for a while, there's like jousting, sumo wrestling, bungee run
Rocket
stuff,
League in
case
real life.
toss, Rocket League in real life. There's an insane amount of stuff to do.
We're going to have on-stage unboxings, 2 exclusive on-stage unboxings.
I think our biggest issue is going to be that it's not like 2 days, because there's so much stuff to do.
Well, we were worried there wasn't going to be like anything to do.
No, I know.
So we
and
were
now there's
really careful with it.
Like ample amounts.
Well, you know what? What we'll probably do is if everyone who comes has a blast and like tells 3 friends, and we have like, you know, thousands of people there next year, then we'll probably have to run it over a couple days. We'll just have to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Ticket sales sucked. Like, we could have expanded it to a second day. We checked with the convention center, but like ticket sales were kind of lame. So we were like, not lame enough that we're like, yeah, we have to cancel this. But like,
one issue is that it's in Canada.
I know.
I received a lot of messages about that being a problem.
I know. But like, what are we supposed to do? Like, cart 16K gaming to like LA?
Well, Seattle.
Still.
Yeah, I know.
Still.
I know.
Like, all right, other sponsors for the show today. Mack Weldon. Mack Weldon believes in smart design, premium fabrics, and simple shopping. Yeah, I mean, it really is simple. Online clothes shopping. I wish they had figured this out at the beginning of the internet. They've got everything from super comfortable underwear and socks to shirts, undershirts, hoodies, and even super comfy sweatpants. And if you're gonna call sweatpants super comfy, like you are up against,
they need to be.
You're up against other sweatpants.
Yeah.
So like, that should give you guys some idea how comfy they are. The best part though is their line of silver underwear and shirts that are naturally antimicrobial, which means that they don't smell so bad. That's sick. So they want you to be comfortable. So if you don't like your first pair, you can keep it and they will refund you, no questions asked. So go over to MackWeldon.com and get 20% off using offer code TechTips. Leading us to our last sponsor of the day. I am not going to eat as much of this as I did last time.
Did you get, like, did it hurt?
I was...
What is this?
Traditional jerky. Oh, that's a new flavor. Mojo. Oh, wow. We've got new flavors.
Sweet sriracha barbecue.
Oh, sick.
And there are a lot of, like, level 1 flavors.
Oh, sick.
So
okay,
we maybe don't have to die
I want
today.
more of the damn maple bacon.
You get owned? What's Mojo?
No, there's no more. No, I want Mojo.
Oh.
No, you just got owned right there.
Rough. I'm gonna go with traditional.
All right, Savage Jerky. Their jerky is made with the best ingredients, without nitrates or preservatives, and the goal was to create a snack that was full of flavor and spice, but that wasn't bad for you. The inspiration comes from the flavors of garlic, lime, and cilantro, which is Mojo. Garlic, lime, and cilantro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like super stoked on this guy right here. And because it brings out the natural flavor of premium beef. I love this stuff. Use offer code LTT to save 10% on all their products. Even the super spicy ones, like up to the Reaper and like ghost pepper stuff, is really delicious. You just, based on my experience last week, should probably enjoy it a little bit at a time.
And it depends on your your tolerance level, right? That's why I want them to do the challenge pack, which I think we still haven't told them about, but there we go.
No, only hosts.
Thank you.
Hosts only. You can have some spice. You can have the really spicy one.
Oh, that's good.
This one's really good. This one's like actually not getting shared anymore. Okay. All right. So, oh yeah, use offer code LTT to save 10%
wow, I like
at
that
savagejerky.com. This one's like really good.
I think that's my favorite one.
I
so far.
snagged the hell. Oh, this is Mojo, by the way. Mojo, freaking awesome. Savage Jerky. Next time we do a spot, send as much Mojo.
More Mojo.
And maple bacon. And how's the original?
That's here.
Oh, it's not open yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Give you a little knife thing?
I'll try it a little later. All right, let's move on to another topic here.
We could move on to the topic of hiring Floatplane people. Or we can move on to the topic of the Noctua fans.
Interesting.
Have you not seen that?
No.
I kind of, okay, yeah.
This was posted by Ventus on the forum. And apparently, so this is from r/buildapc, posted by Kendalf. Visible manufacturing differences between Noctua fans made in Taiwan versus China.
Yeah. I'm really wondering what your opinion is on this, actually. I think the Twitch chat probably is, too.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the fan blades on the Taiwan fans are noticeably smoother and more rounded. The flow acceleration channels on the blades of the Taiwan fans are more defined. The inner surface microstructures of the made in Taiwan's one have a distinct water drop shape, whereas the made in China are just a shallow triangular cutout. I was gonna say, these sound like counterfeits even. I communicated these differences with Noctua, and they claim that the differences are within their manufacturing tolerances and do not affect performance. But Noctua is known for its reputation of the highest attention to detail, and I'm sure
that's also really good.
That the Noctua engineers designed these tiny details to exacting specifications for some reason, is basically what the Reddit post continues to say.
You should try this one.
Apparently, now I haven't heard them, but the Made in China fans apparently have a noticeably louder drone when spinning at the same RPM as the other fans.
Now, Gamers Nexus is going to be apparently doing tests and going to be making a video on it, which is cool.
Yeah,
or they're reporting back.
Check them out over at gamersnexus.com, or they've got a YouTube channel as well, so they'll probably make a video on this one.
Yeah.
Good guys over there.
Yeah. They've actually done a lot of good content around this type of stuff.
Yeah.
So I enjoy that.
This is more their wheelhouse than ours anyway, but I'll definitely be paying close attention, and we can talk about it on WAN Show in the future, to how this works out. And I'm definitely firing up an email over to my contacts over there, like, what the heck is going on? Because, like, I'll tell you guys something. So this is sort of very sort of behind the scenes, sort of in my brain, how things work. One of the business ideas that I would love to explore in the future, as much as I love selling digital influence, which is a great business, by the way, because you don't have any manufacturing costs.
Well,
you don't have to carry any inventory.
Well,
I mean, okay, yes, you have to, people like that, and equipment and all that kind of thing. But
yeah.
but these are one-time costs.
Yeah, not per item.
Yeah, you don't have to R&D a new frickin', nut and screw or whatever every time you get, like, it's...
Brandon just has to change the lighting setup.
It's somewhat more finite. So I like the business of selling digital influence, but one of the companies that I would want to found when I have some more time and when I am able to do it would be a manufacturer of a physical product. And a lot of the philosophy that I'm developing for this company is actually borrowed from my perception of Noctua.
Yep.
Because I thought of Noctua that they were like the founders were somehow deeply involved in aerodynamics research or something at some university over there. I don't remember where I heard it, but like someone told me that someone told them that was the background. But that wasn't what happened at all. Rascom, the parent company of Noctua, was just like a small-time European computer hardware distributor, like frozen CPU before they went down.
Yeah.
So they were just a distributor of other people's parts, and then Frozen is actually a perfect example of a company that also developed their own products at one point and then completely went off the deep end. So when I found that out, I kind of went, well, how is it that your fans are the best? And they kind of went, well, I went, do you have like brilliant, amazing engineers? And they were like, well, yeah, we have like, good engineers, but they're not, leading researchers in the field of, fluid dynamics or anything.
Yeah.
They're engineers. And I was like, well, then why are yours better than someone else's? And they're like, because we don't release it until it's right. Because of attention to detail. Because we care.
And this doesn't sound like caring or attention to detail.
No, it doesn't. So this is kind of like, this is kind of shaking, because this is kind of shaking the foundation of a business that I, haven't invested $1 into yet. Like I'm not even close to starting it, but one that I do want to start at some point, and that I had planned to build around basically the Noctua philosophy. Charge as much as it takes to make a profit on the best product you could build. So it's going to be expensive, but make sure that what you build is the best. That was the idea. And I'm sort of, I don't want to get ahead of myself, because if there's anything that I'm a fanboy of, it's Noctua fans.
Yes.
So I'm not going to freak out yet.
I also want to point out that the link that I posted in the chat for the Reddit conversation does have a video doing the sound comparison. It does have a lot of frame color difference pictures. It has a lot of comparison images for a ton of different things. This guy has done a lot of work. He's obviously affected. He might be as much of a Noctua fanboy as you are.
Wow. Huh. Well, let's see how that goes.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
If this is true, what is the name of that other brand? They're black and white fans.
Oh, Noise Blocker?
Noise Blocker. If this is true, will you actually try a Noise Blocker fan?
Wow.
Because this has been I don't bring it up much, because we talked about it a lot a long time ago, and this conversation has just concluded. Like, there's nothing else to really talk about. It was just like, no. I found a fan. I really like it. This is perfect.
And I'm going to use it forever.
And I'm going to use it forever. And that's fine. It's a fan. You found one that fit your specifications.
And it's not so much that I refuse to use Noise Blocker or something like that. It's just like, if Noise Blocker was better than an NFF12, then it really wasn't by much. And a big part of what I trusted about Noctua, I don't know. It's like, I don't know what anything is anymore. A big part of what I have trusted about Noctua is inside information that I have from being the product manager on their line and seeing real world RMA rates.
Yeah.
They don't die, or anything can die, but they generally don't.
Very uncommon.
Very reliable.
I'm just saying right now.
But if all these other things could be different, maybe that could be different too.
Noise Blocker Black Silent Pro fans look really slick. I'm just saying.
All right. Well, speaking of companies that are capable of both delighting and disappointing me, our next bit of news posted by HK05 on the forum is originally from videocards.com and is a rumor about Intel. So Intel is allegedly working on multiple Hexacore Coffee Lake CPUs. So Coffee Lake, for those of you not familiar, will be the replacement to Kaby Lake, and that will be a mainstream processor. So this tells us a couple things. This tells us either that Intel, of its own accord, had been finally intending to deliver a 6-core mainstream processor anyway, before AMD dropped Ryzen, or that Intel became aware that Ryzen was going to be pretty good through corporate espionage far before the rest of the industry knew about it and started working on this.
Or just already had it and just decided not to do anything with it.
I don't think so. Because if they'd already had it, they could have done it with Kaby Lake.
Right.
Whereas Coffee Lake is going to be a new platform, so it's going to be a new chipset. I think if they had known about it 2 years ago, we'd have it in Kaby Lake.
Yeah.
Whereas if they knew about it like a year and a half ago, then either they decided on their own, it's time, or
they weren't willing to throw a fast one at motherboard manufacturers again so hard with mainstream processors.
Okay,
it might be easier to throw a fast one at them with motherboards that they won't have to make nearly as many of.
This could be very disruptive to Ryzen.
Yeah. But I think Ryzen has, AMD as a whole probably at this point, gotten a lot more customers just because people are more interested in them because they're tired of some of the crap from the other side.
I can see that.
And I feel like a lot of the communication that's currently going around AMD isn't going to go away even if Intel releases a good processor. Because there are certain like business practice things that people didn't like.
That's true. Yep. You can.
So I think those communication lines might keep them going.
And I mean, a lot of people will buy based on a particular brand loyalty.
Yeah, or you'll see a post on PCMR that's like, oh, these are great, and just go buy that.
And if either product is like good,
yeah,
then there's really nothing wrong with that.
And people aren't going to fight super hard if they're both good products.
Like, you know, you go back far enough to when, you know, AMD and NVIDIA were pretty comparable. So, like, you know, we could look at the like the X800 era or something like that. Like an X800 Pro was like pretty frickin' similar to a 7800 GT or whatever the contemporary one was. I can't remember exactly. Or was it 6800 GT? I don't remember. Anyway, they were pretty darn close. It came down to whether you liked Catalyst Control Center or was it still called Detonator at the time? I don't remember. Whatever NVIDIA's driver was called.
Thank you to everyone in the Twitch chat that is currently going Intel no. I love that meme is still going.
All right. Anyway, here's kind of the summary of these rumors. K version will have a 3.7 gigahertz base with hyper-threading enabled. So that's 12 threads, and the non-K running at 3.2. TDP of 95 watts, which should be quite doable. And then there will apparently, and that'll be the flagship. So that'll be the 8700 series. Then there will be a 6-core i5 as well. Wow. Oh, that's interesting. With that being the slowest 6-core desktop, the 8600K, 3.6 gigahertz, and then 95 watt TDP, no hyper-threading. Wait, no, the slowest 6-core will be a Core i5 8400. Wow, so that could be like $170, $175 price point. Ooh. That one, the article is saying, looks like a direct response to AMD's Ryzen 5.
Yeah.
Intel will also apparently introduce an actual mobile CPU with 6 cores, with much lower clock speeds and a 45 watt TDP. So you'd expect to find that in something like an Acer Predator 21X refresh or something along those lines. Wow. It's apparently...
Okay, so sorry, I just got to give an update on the nose in chat.
One more thing. It's apparently unclear at this time whether these will require new motherboards, though I would have thought they would.
Yeah.
So don't quote me on that one.
I
Okay,
suspect
go
they
ahead.
will. It has divulged, it started with AMD no, and then it transferred into Intel no with this article, which was funny. And now it's just turned into like anything no.
Perfect.
It's just it's chaos. It's chaos in Switch chat. The bots banning everybody. It's hell out there, man. You gotta fight to survive.
All right.
Okay, so we can probably skim. Yeah, there really isn't much going on here.
Oh, okay.
Nintendo applied for a patent for its Nintendo 64 controller. They reapplied for Nintendo 64 controller patents. So there's probably a Nintendo 64 Classic coming after the SNES Classic, but who knows, and it's not coming for a long time, and it's pretty expected that would happen anyways, so yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can you, like, how much are NES Classics at this point?
Very expensive.
Wow.
Apparently people have found some that got restocked, so there's a little bit of rumor going around that they might start actually manufacturing all of them instead of just having them as one-year runs.
Yeah, because it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
and there's
like
a lot
printing
of
money.
There's a lot of people that want to have the set.
Like, Nintendo, why do you hate money?
Yeah.
I don't even.
They have so much. I really love it when people are like, man, that was a stupid decision from Nintendo. They're gonna die as a company. I'm like, no, they're not. Nintendo can survive for, like, ever while making terrible decisions. Because they have so much money. It doesn't even matter. They'll like fail repeatedly and then just release another like Wii or Switch. The Switch is doing incredibly well. It's like, oh, the Wii U didn't matter and no one knew it existed? That's fine. Nintendo will just survive and then just smash the gaming world again with some other new console. Doesn't matter. They have like a way more intense version of the Microsoft, like every second OS thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Posted by Diason on the forum. The original article here is from the BBC. A Chinese mall introduces husband storage pods for shopping wives. Husbands can play old school games like Tekken 3 in the pods.
I'm also going to chime in.
I want this in the North American malls.
Okay, no, not necessarily. Apparently there's no ventilation or air conditioning. Some guy sat in and played for 5 minutes and was just drenched in sweat.
Okay.
So maybe better ones.
Yeah, maybe better ones. So these are glass pods where women can leave their partners while they shop. Inside each individual pod is a chair, monitor, computer, and gamepad, and men can sit and play retro 1990s games. The service is currently free.
Yeah.
But in the future, users will have to pay to scan a QR code. Pay and scan a QR code to use the service.
They should just make it so that you like pair up with the person that you're shopping with. And as they make purchases, it like gives you more time. You know what I mean? So you don't actually have to pay for it. It's just tied in with like someone in your group is spending money at the mall. So you get to stay in your little pod. And they should make it so you can like order food to it and everything. It'd be awesome. I just also want to bring up that the no's in chat switched to money no, Nintendo no, and profit no. So
excellent.
Good job.
Thank you for the update.
Keep going. Love to see it.
The original article here is from TechCrunch. YouTube launches its counter-terrorism experiment for would-be ISIS recruits. And basically what's going on here is that now when a potential ISIS recruit searches for known extremist content on YouTube using a predefined set of keywords, they will instead be redirected to videos that deconstruct and confront the terrorist group. So,
ISIS no.
ISIS no. ISIS no.
I get way too much entertainment from this. So I am completely okay with this.
So these are curated YouTube videos debunking ISIS recruiting themes. Yeah. This open methodology was developed from interviews with ISIS defectors, respects users' privacy, and can be deployed to tackle other types of violent recruiting discourses online. So that's where this gets kind of dicey.
That does get a little
Where is the line?
Yeah.
So the redirect method began with an 8-week pilot program enlisting 320,000 viewers that explored some key insights around the kind of things that potential ISIS recruits search for.
To be fair, though, this YouTube is not a government website.
Mm-hmm.
They can suggest, and they have a suggestion algorithm, they can suggest whatever they want to you.
Mm-hmm.
This is why stuff like Floatplane makes sense. Except maybe not for that type of content.
Yeah.
But like if you want to specifically see one thing that you're searching for, going to one website that has like a crazy machine learning algorithm that's trying to just give you what it wants to give you is not necessarily the greatest way to go.
So effective deterrents apparently include documentary videos.
That's a good idea.
Citizen journalism.
That one's interesting.
Videos that feature religious debates, and videos from ISIS defectors. I wouldn't have thought necessarily the third one.
The religious debate one is weird, because I could just see that fueling someone even more.
Or maybe not. I mean, maybe these people are obviously... Okay, I'm going to be careful here, but I would think that someone who manages to be converted to an extremist is probably pretty, how you say, the force would work on them. They're probably pretty...
Simple?
Suggestible.
Yes, right. Okay, there we go. Yeah.
So,
it wouldn't take an Obi-Wan, because he has a special gift for it. Just basically anyone.
Basically anyone. So if you just throw a debate in front of them, maybe that...
Even Qui-Gon, who never successfully does it in the movies, would be able to manage it. Too many Star Wars memes. Sorry. Yeah, that's interesting. I
can't be upset about it.
This particular instance, I have no issue with at all.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing where this goes could be a big problem. Again, I personally think it's a private company. It's not a government agency. They can kind of do whatever they want. I might not like it, but that would just incite people to use other platforms more if they abuse it. So just do that. Again, it's a private company. You have the freedom to use other things if you would like to. Hopefully they don't take it much further than this. trying to stop people from becoming terrorists, heck yeah, super down with that.
Trying to stop people from using Edge browser. And that's the WAN Show for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you again next week. Same
well, no,
bats
let's not
time.
actually leave yet.
Oh.
There's 2 things that we still have to do.
What do we have to do?
One, I'm recruiting for Floatplane. If you want to be a developer and you want to come join us, there's a video on our Facebook page and on our Twitter right now, and on Floatplane if you want to see it. Unfortunately, I am looking specifically for Canadians or Americans who have a degree in a highly related field like computer science or like software engineering. It has to be very directly related. That is because of like immigration law and all this kind of stuff. We have already picked up 2 guys that don't fit within that realm, and it's been a problem trying to get them into Canada and trying to keep them employed, because Canada doesn't want you to have people who are employed who don't live in Canada when you don't have an office outside of Canada, blah, 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 blah. So we're trying to make this process a little bit easier, and we're just going for Canadians or Americans with a full bachelor's degree.
That one's nice too.
I was telling you earlier to try it out. It's good. They're new flavors, very good. So yeah, if you are interested, you want to apply back end, front end, check out those videos. It goes into more specifics there about even what the heck Floatplane is. And
employment, no.
What you'd be doing. Is that what people are doing now? Employees, no.
Canada,
no. Edge, no. Oh God, I love that. I don't know why I love that so much, but I do. Also, we should go over what's on Floatplane right now.
Right.
We can't miss 2 weeks in a row. That would be rough.
Dang it, I'm not signed in.
What a nerd.
I know.
What a nerd.
Whatever. These guys have been watching for like. I'm talking about the archive. If anyone actually made it this far into the video, what's another like 30 seconds?
Fair.
Shoot, that's not the.
That's the wrong one.
What am I even doing? I'm busy enjoying this jerky.
Hey, someone said Floatplane, yes! I'll take that meme break.
Sorry, I have to sign into I have to sign into my password manager in order to sign in. Oh, everything is awful. All in the name of security, though, right?
Pretty much.
Yep. Yep, that's security. I'm just tired of having accounts compromised.
Yeah. That was no fun.
No, that wasn't a lot of fun.
200K? No, I will not be paying you 200K a year.
And in response to your answer, no, I will not be doing it either.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if that works. Boom, we're in. All right.
Someone's like, 200K, yes!
So what do we got? Casino technology is that's actually a pretty good episode.
It's been a little, the comments on that have been interesting, because there's some people feel quite strongly about casinos. I didn't really expect that was going to be a thing, because of like gambling addiction and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, what does that have to do with us, though?
I don't know. It's just been an interesting comment section.
Interesting.
That's not necessarily been pointed at us. It's just been interesting.
Mezzanine Update 11 is now here.
Yay.
Woo! Look at that.
It's actually coming along, yeah.
5 truly unusual graphics cards. They truly are unusual. I got to give us credit for titling this one very correctly. That's a fan.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's unusual.
So that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yep. The world's most amazing desk PC. 16K gaming build log. Dun, dun, dun.
See, I think you could have had an even clickier title for that. I don't think the interesting part there is the desk PC. It's all the monitors.
I think the thumbnail. Well, that's the subject of this one, is actually building the desk PC and getting everything mounted. So this is part 1 of 2. So the other one focuses more on the monitors.
So part 2 might even do better.
Part 2 is the one that I expect to like beat 8K gaming.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Another
16K. Yes.
Another rant about Red Digital Cinema is coming.
There you go.
To YouTube, or you can watch it on Floatplane now.
There you go.
$7,000 card.
That's actually a pretty cool video. I watched that.
DJI Spark videos up. What else we got? I think that might be it. Oh, this Project Orthrus.
That thing is insane.
This is
like actually insane.
So this was half of the joke when I did that stupid thing with SLI.
Red, yes. Red, no.
You've started a monster now.
I love it. It's like 80% of the Twitch chat right now.
So this was part of the joke when I said world's smallest SLI with those stupid USB drives.
Yeah.
Is that we actually will have the world's smallest SLI coming up on the channel very soon.
That's awesome.
With 1080 Ti's this time, like for real. All right, so thank you for tuning into the WAN Show. We will see you again next week. Same batch time, same batch channel.
Bye.
Oh wait, no, before you go. Here's a link to where you can join Floatplane Club. You should join so you can go binge watch all that stuff.
Yeah. The 16K monitors setup desk PC thing is pretty insane.
It's like super dope.
It's insane.
Okay, everybody stop spamming so that I can post my damn where to buy
Spam,
link.
yes!
Stop, no!
WAN Show over, yes!
Terrible.
Should make a shirt. Shirt, yes.
Not shirt, no.
No. You can vote. You can vote for which side you like more. Oh my goodness.
Terrible.
So good.
Check out our sponsors, yes. Be happy that the show is over now.
No.